Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm not feeling my best. I'm a little anxious today, but I just decided to just start the camera and just talk about the books that I want to read this month, and maybe I'll feel better. So yeah, and I'm on a different angle because I didn't want to take my ring light out. There's nice lighting right now. I can't really tell if it's like good or not. I hope it's good. But yeah, I just want to talk about the books that I'm reading this month. Most of them are like for a read along, for a book club. It's for something, and not just like randomly something that I want to read. So I'm just gonna go through all of them, and yeah, you know what TBRs are. So the first book that I'm going to be reading in the month of May is It's Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. I currently don't own it, but I will tomorrow because I pre-ordered this book. And this is the prequel to the We Were Liars book by E. Lockhart. If you know me, you know that anytime someone asks me what is one of my all-time favorite books, I always say We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I can't remember what year this came out, but I read it like right as it came out, probably in like 2014. And back in the day when I was in high school, I used to reread it every summer. It's my most reread book. And I'm super excited for this prequel novel, and I'm going to be doing a dedicated reading vlog for this book. So that's probably what I'm going to pick up next, probably tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to wait. So, and also if you don't know about We Were Liars, it's a contemporary book, and it's sort of a mystery about like a rich family, and something mysterious happens one summer and they have like this private island and they're rich. And it was a good time. If you're around in booktube back in like 2014, you must have heard about this book. The next book that I'm gonna read is also kind of a reread. I read like half of this book, and then this is when I DNF'd the series, and that is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. I have a couple chunky books in this TBR, so I'm keeping it a little shorter. But if you don't know, Heir of Fire is the third book in the Throne of Glass series, and I'm reading this for the read-along that Christina and Hannah from, well, Christina from Christina's Chapters and Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads are doing. They're reading every single book that Sarah J. Maas has ever written, and obviously we started with Throne of Glass, which is her, like, the first series that she ever published. I'm sure that you know what Throne of Glass is about, but Throne of Glass basically follows a 16-year-old assassin, and she's the best assassin in all of the land, and it's all of the like Game of Thrones YA vibes, and I can't wait to pick this up. Like I said, I've read half of this and I DNF'd this series, but this time around I'm really enjoying it, so I can't wait to pick this up. I have like an eyelash that keeps like gluing my eyes together. What the heck? Also, I got an iPhone and it's an experience. The next book that I want to read, I hope that I get to this because I said I was going to last month to read the book club pick for Jan's book club, the Full Moon book club, and I didn't do it, and it's actually on this TBR, but we'll get to that later. But this month she's reading Desperate Measures. I think this is by Katie Roberts, and I'm planning on doing kind of like a reading vlog maybe where I read spicy books for the first time, because I've never really read a spicy book romance, and I'm pretty sure this is that. And I think this is like a retelling of like Jafar or something, and it's a spicy romance type of novel. I've obviously never read anything by Katie Roberts, so yes. And then along with that spicy book reading vlog that I want to do, I have Zodiac Academy. I'm sure that you've seen this everywhere recently. Kirsten from Krista's Corner was the one who like just pushed me to buy it, because I always see everyone talking about like spicy romance books, and I just think that they're just not my cup of tea. And I think Kirsten's kind of the same way, but she's obsessed with this series, so I'm like, I have to try it, because every time that I read a book that Kirsten has read, I tend to love it. Like right now I'm reading a book called 14 Ways to Die, and the reason why I picked it up was because of Kirsten. So yeah, I don't know much about this. I do know this is kind of like a bully romance, and I think it's set in like a school. I don't know if it follows teenagers, but I know it's spicy, and I'm excited to read it. I've seen it all over Bookstagram. I think Hannah, Cami have read it, and a whole bunch of different people. So Rachel also has read this book and loves it, so I'm excited. It's kind of chunky, to be honest. And Cami low-key said that I'm probably not gonna like this because it's a bully romance, but I'm going to go into it knowing that it's a bully romance, so hopefully I like it. But check out my spicy romance vlog that's coming out at some point and to see if I liked it. Next up, I have 2 book club picks, and the first one is for my book club with Cami from Borrows and Books. We have a book club called Brujas and Books, and we read a book by a Latinx author every month. And then for this month of May, we're reading Sona by Romina Garber. And I have to read the description every single time to remember. I know it's by an Argentinian author, and it follows a lot of folklore, and I know that it's related to something to ice, but I can't tell you from the top of my head. So basically, I believe like her grandmother and her mother are both arrested by ICE. So then she takes like the only clue that she has from her past, and she goes with it, and that obviously takes her to like a new world of adventures, and then it leads her to a secret world buried within our own. And something about her father is werewolves, Argentina. I'm excited to read this book. And also thank you to Alicia from Alicia Guzman for buying this for me. I really appreciate you. I also forgot to mention that a subscriber bought me this book, and also another subscriber bought me Heir of Fire. Whoa, thank you guys. And the next book club pick that I want to read this month is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and this one is for the Lights Out book club that is hosted by Sav from Riveting Reads, and I'm actually co-host this month along with Cami from Borrows and Books. We're kind of like a duo now. We're the Brujas and Books duo, and we just do like book club discussions with folks on BookTube. But I am so stoked to read this one. So this one was compared to Mexican Gothic and Rebecca, which is kind of scary because I don't know anything about Rebecca and I didn't really love Mexican Gothic, but this is set, let me read it so I don't get it wrong. This is set in the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence, and it's set in like a remote house, as you can see on here, and I love the type of setting. That's how Rock Paper Scissors, like the setting for that, it was like in a remote cabin, and I'm stoked. And it says that it's a supernatural suspense novel, a sinister haunting, and the woman pulled into their clutches. Okay. And this cover is just stunning. Alright, and the last book that I have on like my set TBR of books that I have to read, and then I have a couple more that are like, if I get to them, I do. If I don't, it's fine. But the next one is Queen of Shadows. I mean, what? I grabbed the wrong book, hold on. Alright, now I have the correct book. So the next one is Queen of Shadows, and obviously this book is the size of my face. So this is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. I already kind of explained what the Throne of Glass series is about. This one is huge. I thought the order was different because I have them on my bookshelf, like Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and then this one. So I don't really know about those other two and how the read along it's going to be. Let me check on the schedule. So it does, I do have it right. It says Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms / Tower of Dawn, and then Kingdom of Ash. So I have the order right. I thought I got it wrong for a second. But this is another book that I definitely have to read this month for the read along. And then after that, I just have 4 books in front of me and a whole bunch of graphic novels. And the 4 books that I have in front of me are books that I also have as audiobooks, I believe, on my library app, my Libby app. So yeah. So I'm gonna go through these graphic novels quickly. These are a couple of volumes that I got at Fan Expo, and that should be the next video on my channel, is my Fan Expo Comic-Con vlog. So I got this Little Red Ronin, which is like the Little Red Riding Hood, I believe. That's what it's called, right? And look, she's like so cute, but like she looks badass, you know? So I got this little volume, and I got The Wild, and I got Altered Ego at Fan Expo. So I'm excited to read all of these. Unfortunately, I don't think any of these are on Goodreads, so they're not gonna count towards my reading goal. But it's fine because they're like super short. And then I also have Remina by Junji Ito. I've read one Junji Ito book, and this is like horror manga, and I do believe this one's more sci-fi. It has to do like more with aliens and stuff, so I'm excited to read something different by Junji Ito. And then I have 2 graphic novels that, to be completely honest, I don't know anything about them. I just know that Olivia from Liv's Library recommended it to me. So I have Day Tripper, and then I also have Ballad for Sophie, which apparently also has like a Spotify playlist or a song or something. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. Alright, and a couple of the books that I'm hoping to get to, but I probably won't. But these are more like if I feel like reading them and I have the time. So the first one was Jan's book club pick for last month, which is A Magic Steeped in Poison. I was actually really excited to read it, but I never got the chance. Like, I think I had like 2 or 3 days until the live show. And then I think like 2 people, including Jan herself, just told me to not read it because it wasn't that great. But I'm so excited to read it. And like the premise sounds really good. But I mean, I'll start reading it, and if I don't like it, I'll just DNF because I've heard people say that it's not that great. And I feel horrible because this cover is like beautiful, but I do hope that I like it though, obviously. And the next book that I have, I bought because this is from a local author from here from Cleveland. She had like a book signing, but I actually couldn't go because I was at Fan Expo. But I did buy her book just to support, and that is When You and I Collide by Kate Norris. My friend Miranda, she works at Loganberry, or worked at Loganberry, recommended this to me, and this is a book set during World War II, and it's a YA novel, and I do think it does have some time travel in there, so I'm excited about that. It said down here, a darkly thrilling novel that blends science and war with love and loss. This novel begs the chilling question, what would you do if you met another you? And and then these 2 books they're gonna look way too familiar for anyone that's watched a couple of my videos. I feel like these books have been on the last like 5 TBRs that I've made on this channel. And first I have Finley Donovan is Killing It, which I was supposed to read for Spring Flingoween. I keep putting it off. I think I'm really gonna like this book. I just have had other like books that I have to read for things, and this one I haven't really had to read for anything, so I keep pushing it off. So if you don't know, Finley Donovan is about this like author, and she's pitching a story, and it's about a contract killer to her PR publicist person, and someone overhears her and thinks that she's a contract killer, so I guess she gets like a job to kill someone. I don't know, but it's like a thriller comedy type of book, and I think I'm really gonna love this, but I've been pushing it off because I just haven't had the time to read. And then the last book is The Maid by Nita Prose, which I've talked about a couple times because I've been wanting to read this for a while. And this one is basically about a maid, and she finds a dead body at the hotel that she works at, and everyone's blaming her for it. So she's trying to figure out who actually killed this person so she can clear her name. Alright, so those were all of the books that I want to read in the month of May, but it's a lot of them, as you saw, so I probably won't get to all of them. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know what book you're going to be picking up first in the month of May. I'm definitely going to be picking up Family of Liars by Lockhart. Hello. I feel like I've been waiting for that book for like a decade now, so yes. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!